We'll keep
Yeah,
it cute
sure.
and the A's.
And if
I'm gonna
you
do this.
you can mute them if they don't know how to.
Yeah,
You can scroll over and do their thing.
My show. Present
And
review.
Facebook Live, guys, we're going to start in like 2 seconds, so bear with us.
So we're here.
We're
Right
here.
here.
We're here, and then
Yeah.
that's just our...
There's a way that you can.
Got my hair cut, so.
Speaker view?
Oh,
It's very nice. Right?
thank you.
It's whoever
Thank
is speaking, it
But
shows
it
up.
should be us.
Should be us. That's interesting.
you. Thought it was going for your mouth there, didn't you?
No.
It's not that kind of retreat,
Whoa,
people.
it's not that kind of-
How's
We'll
that?
get the
I don't know
apparatus
what's going
out
on
of
with that, but still.
Do we want to, I guess we're going to wait for, we don't need to see the chat right now.
I don't know how to get.
Just go to sleep.
Yeah, this is just
So, yeah.
screen, maybe?
But then we can't see the chat.
Okay, chat. Yeah, we'll
Go,
put the chat.
go up to that little dots and say pin this video.
Boom!
Whoa, Ryan, coming through with the technology. All right, you guys. So, perfect. It's sorry.
Look at us. We're so cute.
It's a few minutes after noon, and we're sorry, but we're going to start now just to respect everybody's time. So thank you for being here. If you're watching this live or if you are watching this later, we appreciate you and we love you and we're so excited. So let's just jump in to 4 ways to get unstuck. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should we introduce ourselves first?
Yes.
So fast?
They have to guess if you don't know us. Maybe, yeah.
Which one is Ryan? Am I first?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Ryan Shrava. Thank you very much for joining us today. I have known these lovely ladies all for 2 to 3 years in general, plus or minus. I'm a retired Navy chief. I'm a life coach, husband, father of 2, been married for a couple of years, and really get into this work because I believe connecting people on a deep and intimate level is the true way to get things that you really, truly want in your life. Work, school, success, money, wealth, anything that you can think of is all based on the relationships you have. And
Sign me up!
I know, right? Let's do it. Yeah. So excited to be here.
Awesome.
Woo. Hello, everyone. I'm Tara Long, spiritual life coach and galactic tour guide. So I am here for all of humanity, of course, but especially my dear ones who feel that they don't belong to humanity, especially. So yeah, how I got connected with these guys is it's all kind of well, one of my really good friends is married to Ryan, and so we met that way. And then me and Pua, it's only been about 6 months.
I can't believe that.
I can't
For
believe
my
it.
whole life
Months.
in like the best possible way, right? So the way that we came together has been really just easy and synergistic and has flowed. And I know I've been asking for people to collaborate with for a long time and do a retreat with, and it just like magically, of course, we know it's all meant to be, but it's happened. So I'm so excited to share our stuff with you today and continuing going forward. And yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Well, I am Kimi Morton, and with Pua, we are Best Life Ever. That's our company. And actually, I think it's Hang, really, that connected
Hang did
Us,
connect.
us,
All
us.
of us.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Not me and Pua. Pua and I met
Yeah.
at the gym.
Well, I'm
But yeah, so Hang is a connector.
Thanks,
for
Hang.
me
I
and for the
actually
two of you.
introduced McCare to Hang. I introduced those two, McCare and Hang.
Wow.
So it's all, yeah, anyway.
Yes. Connections,
Sorry.
We'll
right?
figure it out later. There's going to be a flow chart and
Yeah.
the beads, and we're going to do the
It's
strings.
Hawaii.
They'll
There's like
hang
0.2
together.
degrees of separation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our company, we are time and energy coaches. We help people to create more time and energy for what matters most. We also help companies to build online courses, membership. We have a wonderful membership site ourselves. And so now we're getting in the business of helping other businesses to bring their brand to life. So we love this work, and we're really excited to be joining forces with these two badasses right here. And like Tara, we've been, our spirit has been really calling us to do something big and bold and wonderful, and Ryan's spirit too. And so this is exciting for us, like throw you in there too.
all good.
I didn't want to say just Tara. I know your spirit's been calling you to do this too. And it has been incredible the way this has come together. And as we'll share about today, so much of the way that we work is by following our heart and feeling our way through things. And it's been a powerful experience. I'm honored to be a part of this amazing team.
Boom.
Yeah, true story.
I'm Pua. I never say my last name, but I'll say it for you guys just because it's like a sentence. Pakele and Cabot is my last name, and I just want you guys to know that it's not a typo. There's an and in there. It's my mom and my dad's last name, both together with an and. They didn't want a symbol, so they didn't want to hyphenate it, so they put an and. So all your mysterious questions have been answered. But I am super excited to be here. Kimi told you about our company, and for us, this is a really, like, I look at this as like, this is a power team where when you come to shift with us, it is the whole spectrum. You're going to learn, you're going to connect with who you are. You're going to remember who you are, right? We're going to bring all of that out. We're going to bring out what you love, bring out who you love and how you can get more of that and get rid of the rest, right? Because life is too short to be stuck in our shit, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to shift through that. We'll edit it
out later.
We're swearing. We're swearing.
It's fine.
And
I'm like, it's
fine.
It's fine.
So we're going to take you through that journey. And then from there, where do you want to go? Once you're like, yes, I love this. This is what makes my heart sing. This brings me joy. Where do we go from there? And so, we're gonna take you all the way through to make a plan for the future, right? Mm-hmm. This is 5 intense days with us. And with this team right here, I mean, it's going to be freaking magical. And we're just going to give you a little taste of what we can do today. And we're really excited to share that with you. So,
woohoo!
Oh. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So, I think Pua just lit it right off perfectly to start it for me. It's really about knowing who you are. And one of the examples I'd like you to take, I want you to take yourself back to when you entered into this world. Mm-hmm. And with you, you brought this container. It can be anything you like. I actually just got a call from a girl. She described her container as a beautiful crystal vase. And I thought that was very lovely and in perfect context with her. So my container, I like to imagine, is a big manly wooden box because I'm the only man here. So whatever. I'm just saying it'd be fun.
Mine was wood too.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, thanks.
Now, anyway, so think about when you were born. Your subconscious mind is the only thing that's completely formed. Your conscious mind is 0% programmed as it is. And every time you reach for the light socket or you try to pull something on the counter or you're crying a little bit too much and your mom or father is unable to handle it and they get a little frustrated, toss that in your box, right? Toss it in your box. You're cute, you're beautiful, oh, you're so smart. That stuff all goes in the box too. But of the 5 primary emotions, shame, guilt, fear, anger, and joy, there's 4 negative ones that have a tendency to overwhelm this guy. So by the time you're 4 years old, your box is 50% full. And that's science. You can take that to the bank. So by the time you're 7 or 8, it's 80 to 85% full. And by the time you're 18 years old, it's 95% full. So that means that 95%, let's actually go back to 8 years old, 80 to 85% of your autonomous reactions and responses to your own reality are programmed and fire automatically off of this box that's been filled by the time you're 7 or 8. So imagine yourself at 7 to 8 years old and all these little things that came up and all the fears and insecurities you had. So then when Jerry, the truck driver, cuts you off and you rage into some sort of anger, or Jerry, the guys like Metro, you're like, oh, it's okay, just take it in. You kind of sink back into your own space. These things are more often than not brought into your life based on something that you may not even realize is there or something that you've completely suppressed unintentionally to protect yourself from the scariness that's in your reality. So one of the first things that we're going to do is dig into your box and find out all these things that are coming up for you that you may not even realize are actually holding you back. And then we can get those things and help you unstuck. So the next time you're finding yourself really, really triggered, really ask yourself an honest question. Where is this trigger really coming from? Is it coming from the waiter got my order wrong, or is it coming from something that my parents didn't actually listen to me when I talked to them? And that's just a random example. However, these things, these cuts and wounds that we get never really properly heal until we can shine a certain amount of light on them. So with that, that's one way, really being honest with yourself, and we are going to dig into it deep. Promise. It's going to be amazing.
Preach, brother! Woo!
Oh. All right, so the first way to get unstuck is to...
Yeah, Be honest with yourself. Be
It's
honest.
like that.
Take a look. Don't hide
Chart?
anything.
Yep.
So,
Look
okay,
at your
What's the
yeah.
root? What's the root?
The root is
Yeah.
to really, really, really take a look at who you are, both positive and negative, because they're just different sides of the coin. And so many times we're like, oh, I'm so good at this. And then the smallest things will derail us for minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years at a time. I mean, think back to the biggest points of your life where you were stuck and really honestly ask yourself how long of times where those were. And they're all connected to these little things. So the next time something really, really triggers you, the best way to think, I believe, to get unstuck is to really, really be honest with yourself about what's actually going on. Always take a look underneath the surface problem and really, really give yourself the space to be vulnerable about that and shine some light on it.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Ryan.
How can I sign up for this retreat? I want to work with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, number 2, how to get unstuck. So I'm going to go through a mini process here. There's a 5-stepper, but I promise it's not as scary as it sounds. So just to shed a little light on what it means to actually be stuck, coming from in my own life and my clients' lives that I've experienced, stuckness is usually just a disconnection. So being stuck really doesn't mean that you're really stuck, because you're either going forward or you're going backward, right? Or you're going inside, or you're expanding or you're contracting. So when you're stuck, you feel stagnant, you feel cloudy, you feel muddy, you feel like, I just don't know any of the answers. It's just because you're not connected to who you really are. You're not connected to source in that moment. And what we try to do, it's like those cartoons where the cartoon characters like in the mud and they're like, "Wee!" but they're not moving. That's what you try to do, right? You try to take action and do. And I say the do is do.
I was hoping someone would bring that up and something about getting unstuck.
Yeah, do is just total do. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do the do-do.
Don't do the do because it doesn't get you anywhere. You're just running in the mud, like, and then you get mud all over yourself, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get out of this. So it's because you think you're alone. It's because you think it's up to you. I gotta force. I gotta push. I gotta action my way through this, and action is necessary, but not the first thing if you feel stuck, right? Because what kind of action are you going to take? So the first step in what I call the rise method, shift to rise, right? The first step is to surrender and accept where you're at, right? Because if you're resisting it, it's either going to just stay put or it's going to get stronger. What we resist persists. So you just okay, cool. All right, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling cloudy. I'm feeling muddy, and it's okay right now. Doesn't mean I'm going to stay here, but it's totally okay. And just feel the relief in letting it be, and just letting it be okay. Like, how big of a relief is that? No matter what frustrating feeling you're feeling in any moment, you're just like, oh, that's okay. I still love you. And that's number 2, right? After we surrender and accept, is we just sit with it and we love ourselves as we are. And we love whatever this feeling is because it's there for us to help us through. It's a gift, really. So thank you for helping me. It's a really great thing. You can even say, you stub your toe and you're, instead of being like, you know, thank you for helping me. I know it sounds silly and you're like, why would stubbing my toe help me? You don't know. Maybe it gave you 2 seconds less to get in your car and go drive into an accident. You don't know. So how can you know? So thank you for helping me. And remind yourself. And so the third step, I'm going through these really fast, which we'll go into deeper, obviously, in the retreat, like in a lot of depth and how to do all of these things. The third thing is then once you've accepted, you've surrendered, you've shown yourself love, shown this thing love. And if you can't do that, that's okay. Love the one who can't. Right? That's kind of your backdoor tricky way to still loving yourself. I can't do that. It's too hard. I can't love myself for that. It's okay. Love the one who can't do it. Yeah. Boom. Right? It's just love. It's just the vibration of love which brings you out of this mud, of this stuck place. And so the third thing is remember who you are. And so that's the taking your power back from this thing, because it's not who you are. You're not this emotion. You're not this stuck feeling. You are not what you do. You are not the do-do. You're not, right? You're so much more than that. And when you can remember that, oh my gosh, I am source. If I am source, all I have to do is remember that to allow it to come through me. Because you're not here to push your way and force your way using your mind to get stuff done. I mean, it can be helpful sometimes, but mostly it is not helpful. And so for me in this retreat, and I know for all of us here, we really want to help you learn how to get out of your head, completely out of your head. It's not where the answers are, and it's not where, when you're stuck, where any of the answers are, right? So when you can bring the energy down and you're, yeah, okay, I'm infinite, I'm God. What wants to come through me right now? What lights me up? Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with what you think you should be doing for your business, but maybe you really want to go surfing, or maybe you want to go in the garden and pick flowers, right? This is where you're connecting to who you are, right? That's your soul speaking to you. So go do it. Maybe you need to take care of yourself and get a massage. You know, whatever it is, just it's listening. It's listening to that. And that's the fourth step, is you're going to listen to the guidance that comes through you in the quiet moments. And so you have to make time for yourself. You have to carve out time to not have distraction, because you cannot hear anything if you're running around all day and just, you know, and listening to TV and radio. And how much time do you set aside for yourself every day to have silence, whether that's meditation or hiking, whatever it is, right? That's when you're going to hear, that's when you're going to listen. And then you have to trust that and take inspired action on it. And that's step 5, is going, oh, okay, I'm getting right now that I just had a vision of myself, you know, in the water. I better go get in the water. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me right now, because I feel like I need to be working on my computer and calling people so that, you know, so they sign up for my thing, you know. But it's like, okay, well, that energy, if you're coming to it with that, everybody's gonna be like, whoa, your energy is scary right now, friend, right? No. So that's my quick little 5-step rise method.
Yeah,
I like it.
Okay, so Pua and I, as time and energy coaches, we are always very mindful about our own physical energy, our mental energy, emotional energy. So before we go on to share our method for getting unstuck, we encourage you, wherever you are, if you can, to just stand up and move around and just.
Oh, sorry.
I did my moving.
Right? So it's so important.
Moonwalk.
Even when
Do the
we,
moonwalk.
there's Pua, she's moonwalking. She
Moonwalk
moonwalked us.
all the way back around.
So we just love the idea of resetting our energy periodically whenever we do workshops, and certainly when we do retreats. So
Sorry,
hopefully we
Facebook
didn't
Live, you saw
flash
all the way
anybody.
up my pants.
But sometimes getting unstuck means just shaking it out a little bit and shifting your energy and resetting and just remembering that we can do that anytime. That's always available to us. So if you're feeling stuck at any moment, maybe the first step is to just get up and shake it out a little bit. So reset.
I'm not stuck.
I know.
And Pua and I are excited to share an acronym with you to get out if you're feeling stuck. So sometimes when we feel stuck, we feel like we're like in a hole and that we just can't see our way out of it. And so we're going to guide you through a 3-step process to get out, O-U-T. And it's very aligned, actually, not surprisingly, with Tara's. And hope this is part of the beauty and Ryan's.
I'm important, I promise. I know it.
This is part of the beauty of working together with the team, is that maybe the way that Pua and I share something, it will resonate in a different way and hit you in a different way. There's so many times that we hear the same information again and again, but somebody will say it in a particular way that really resonates with our heart. And so that's the power of a collaboration like this. Okay, so you ready for step 1? Step O. Step O.
Step O.
And that is, so step O in the get out, get unstuck process is to really own your power, right? So own where you are and own that story of stuckness, right? So if you're saying that I'm stuck, and you stay there, there's a victim energy to it, right? And it's putting the power into somebody else's hands. And what happens then is you're sitting there and you're waiting for somebody to fish you out of that hole, throw you a rope, waiting for something to happen, instead of the truth, which is you can own this moment. You can own your story. You can own your power. And in that moment, begin to shift and begin to not feel stuck. And we have a favorite saying at Best Life Ever, that you're only stuck if you think you're stuck. So there's your first step, is just don't think you're stuck.
When we get stuck, we feel like it's very easy and I don't know if this is something that we as humans naturally go towards, or if it's kind of a societal thing that's kind of become of us, but it's easy to believe that things are happening to us. It's easy to take the victim mindset because externally it looks like you are a victim of circumstance. And really, when you really think about it, you are, as Kimi said, in control of your own reality. Even Tara and Ryan both alluded to this. And if you just swallow that, every moment, everything in your life happens for you. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. You are growing, you are progressing, you are taking steps forward every moment, every second. So once you can internalize that and really, as Tara was saying, thank everything, thank it all, because it's creating your story. And to tie in Ryan's box thing, I had a teacher once, and it was the same concept, but he thought about it as, I don't know why, but it was an inner tube, right? And every moment builds this inner tube to keep you afloat that much longer and to expand your experiences. And you can take from whatever you want. You can learn whatever you want from whatever you want, but it's a mindset, right? So own it. Own the mindset. Own your gifts. Own your experiences.
All right, so the you. Now we got the you.
You.
And the you in this get out of the hole of stuckness process is to uplift. And that's just merely about raising your vibration. Raising your vibration. One of the quickest ways, as we all know, right, is through gratitude. Being grateful for even that feeling of being stuck, but uplifting. And this, I like to think about this as being able to get out of fight or flight mode, right? So it's very difficult to think creatively, to be expansive, to draw the right things to us, right? If we're in that panic mode. And so this is really about, as Tara had said, just go surfing, go do something else, spend time with your daughter, right? Whatever it is that uplifts your energy so that you can relax that part of yourself. And that's where the creativity and the solutions can come from. And because again, it's, you don't want to just do from don't do the do from that place of panic, because then we're making decisions based on fear, based on lack. And so whatever you can do to uplift.
And level 2, use that to uplift others, right? So we are 4 people sitting on this couch living our best life ever, but it wasn't like it wasn't like I woke up one day and I was like, I'm gonna party with Kimi and I'm gonna have my best life ever and everything's gonna be awesome, right?
Dance break.
That's the best life ever dance break.
We'll definitely have dance breaks at their church.
Oh yeah.
I think 4 of the 5 days is dance breaks, right?
Dance breaks, it's just
For the rebels out there, they're
4 or
gonna
5
be
days.
they'll be optional, so they're not mandatory dance breaks for any of the rebels out there.
I got you, rebels.
Just glare at you.
Right? Dance now.
You don't dance.
You would dance by the end.
If you don't dance, they don't dance. Then you know.
We're uplifting energy right now.
Yeah.
Is laughing not the quickest way to do it? Laughing is the quickest way.
Yeah, reels. But the reason why we are hosting this retreat for you is because we have all shifted and we are all rising and we've been through this journey, and we all weren't doing this business 5 years ago. We were 9 to 5 in, right? And 9 to 5 isn't always bad. I mean, not there. But there's this stigma about 9 to 5, and I don't want to like say if you're working full time for someone else that you're not living your best life ever, because you may be, right? You may love your job, and that's awesome, and we want you to keep loving it. But if you feel stuck, right? Like you'll come and you'll identify why you feel stuck, and that's what we're doing. We're here because we have felt stuck. We have gone through this process to transform, and now we're here to uplift. And there's such magic in being able to recognize your journey and use what you've learned to then uplift others. So go through it.
I want to do this.
Get,
I keep wanting to do
right?
it.
I know. Oh, that's so funny. But it's it can change your vibration in a very different way.
Yes, this is a guaranteed way. Our retreat is a guaranteed way
Guaranteed
to shift your vibration.
There is
It's
no
totally-
way
yeah.
that you could leave without shifting, like in such a massive way. Honestly,
It's literally impossible.
We're actually not legally allowed to guarantee. We're doing it anyway.
That's how much we guarantee it.
that's how much we believe in it. Seriously, we were all called to be together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Sorry.
feel that. We feel that so
Yes.
much. All right. So now, the T.
T.
The T and our get out. How do we get out? Okay. So the T here is about now taking action. Not from that place of, oh my God, I'm stuck, panic, fight or flight. No, this is now taking, and we should just add on inspired action, right? Taking inspired action, listening, hearing what you're being called to do, and finding enough white space in your day, right, to really hear things. Because again, if you're running around crazy, you're not going to be able to hear the things that you need to do or hear the things you're meant to hear. And so this is just about taking inspired action from this place.
Totally. And that's really how we all run our businesses too.
Yes.
Any decision that feels super good, we go towards, we run towards it, we sprint towards it. And any decision or any choice that we're like, oh, this one feels kind of yucky, listen to that voice, because that voice is very, very smart. This voice is truth. This voice is a liar.
It's a liar.
This voice is
Stupid.
the doo-doo. No, just kidding.
Doo-doo.
There's value to both, right? There's a reason why we have both. But
Sure.
many of us ignore this voice because logically, at least at first, it doesn't always make sense. So we're going to do a lot of exercises to help you to hear her or him in here, and then take inspired action based on your heart and your gut, right? Because that's where the magic is. It's in here.
The other piece about action also, and taking action, often we'll hear what that inspired action is, but what's missing is the accountability and the clarity about how to move forward and take that action. And that's exactly why we created our retreat, and this bond here is to help people to hold you powerfully accountable and to give you perhaps a little bit of support or a lot of support as you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm calm. I feel like I know what I want to do. I feel the action. How do I do it? With the fears that might be coming up, with the challenges or limiting beliefs that I might have currently. And we're here to support you through that and to help you as you take this final step to get out, to get unstuck.
Hold your hand.
Yes.
This is the time, guys. Look at our
That's why
global
we're all
stage.
coaches.
That's why we're all here. It's now is the time to share your gifts with the world because we need you more than ever. And through these 5 days, it is our dream and our vision to have a group of people who, at the end of this retreat, go out in the world and serve and uplift the entire global community, right? Doesn't matter if you help one person or 1 million people. You are uplifting others. There's no way you can't. So
It's
the
the
time
ripple
is now.
effect. Yeah, right. We all have really big missions and whys and callings, and so we want to help you find yours, right? To rise up to meet it.
Yeah!
I want to jump back in real quick because
Yeah.
I feel like you guys did such a good job. I want to do
Yeah,
it
all right.
one more time.
Okay. And I have
So-
one more thing too, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
So
Round 2.
real quick, assess where you're at. All right, I come from a military background to keep it nice and simple. Where is your point A? I like to do this with myself and the people I work with by just simply, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your life? Whatever number just popped in your chest right now, they all have one. It's there.
Wait, what was that? What was
On a
that?
scale of 1 to 10, how
Yes.
would you rate your life?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And just say it. If it's a 5, it's 4. If it's 9, it's a 2. Whatever, just own it. You know what? I feel like a 3 today. And okay, so then ask yourself really simply, what could I do? Not should, not need, what I must do. What could you do? What could you be open to increasing that number? Going surfing, taking a yoga class, telling your boss he sucks. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you need to do.
Come to our retreat.
Come to our, I mean, I didn't want to say the obvious answers. So, and then from there, the third thing, and I believe is most importantly, and this goes right back to the honesty piece, what lies are you telling yourself, just like Pua said, to keep you from doing the items in question number 2 that are keeping your number at probably 5 or lower, which is the general consensus for most people we talk to. They're either getting by or they're really, really down. So what could you be open to? And then why? Oh, I'm not fast enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that. It's all excuses. And bring the excuses here, and we'll pick them apart. We'll dismantle them piece by piece. And when you leave Hawaii back on your plane to your beautiful, wonderful life that surely you're going to be excited to go back to, it's just,
Or to create, yes.
Or to create. And so that's it. Easy. Point A, where are you, and where do you want to go? And why aren't you going? I assure you, it's all excuses, and we're going to help you take them apart piece by piece.
Beautiful excuses that brought you to us, so we appreciate it.
So we fix them.
Yes.
It's all part of your journey.
We all have excuses every day. It's not, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you.
Absolutely not. You're whole. You're whole as you will ever be or have ever been.
We love excuses. Bring them
on. So just wait, what time is it?
It's 12.
Oh, we've got plenty of time. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to do a quick little exercise with you guys just to give you a taste of, I've been talking lately about the different realities. So we've got reality 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, and we're in the reality 3.0 here, right? So 1.0 is like, we live in the physical, and this is all there is, and this is all we see, and I'm Clara, and I have blonde hair and highlights, and, whatever. Like, don't tell anybody, right? And, that's the truth, and whatever. Reality 2.0 is, okay, so, I'm a spiritual being, and there's more to it, but what I do is, what I get, like law of attraction, there's nothing wrong with law of attraction, but we miss some stuff, right? And we end up blaming ourselves because, it's not happening. How come I haven't manifested that? And it's this vicious cycle of poop, doo-doo. So then reality 3.0, we don't want to. Reality 3.0 is basically where none of those rules apply. All of the things you think are true or that you think are not. Because if you look at everything around you, even your body is going to pass, right? Every single thing you could possibly see with your eyes is temporary. It's not going to last. What is the only thing that is real? What is the only thing that is real? When all of that passes away, when you pass away, what's left? Your spirit. Your spirit, your soul. You are source, you are God. That's the only thing that's real. Isness is the only business of just made that up. The business of isness, people.
Wait, that's
we're getting into it.
She just actually made our shirt.
Yeah.
The business of business. Seriously. So if you can look at that for just a moment, like when you're in your head and you're like, oh, I'm so stuck, I don't know what to do. None of it is real. It's all just a beautiful dream you've created from your consciousness. It means nothing. So pull yourself back. What is real? The isness of who I really am. And you can do that meditation or whatever. And, like I've been doing it the past few days, just looking at everything as this beautiful dream. And the more you can try to find a foundation, try to find something solid to the world. You can't, because there isn't. It's all going to go away. And that just helps to pull you out of your shiz. Boom.
It's actually true on like a cellular level. If you look at any material at its core, it's
space.
Moving.
Yeah, and space.
Yeah. If like solid objects are not actually
9.99% space. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're still in reality 2.0 and you're feeling like, oh, how do I connect to that?
Yes.
It's sort of like the backdoor approach, if you will, where you can just say, okay, looking at my challenges, looking at this feeling of feeling stuck right now, what would that part of me that lives in 3.0 say? What would they guide me to do? What would they say right now? Would that 3.0 version of me have to say about this moment? And even that can pull you out.
That's your higher self. And then we'll be that's, when you come to the retreat, we'll be exploring a lot more of that. So you'll get a chance to live in it with us.
Yay.
Yay.
Wonderful. Another stand-up little session right here. Shake it out.
Sorry, Facebook Live. I'm not going to moonwalk again.
Should we do musical chairs and all switch seats a little bit? Shuffle.
We're shifting.
Shuffle.
We're going to be in exactly the same spot.
No, I'm going to be on the end.
I'm in the same spot.
No, yeah, Kimmy didn't move at all. Here,
you can move, and then we'll...
Now I'm in the same spot.
No, you stay here. Oh my God. I love you guys. Oh my God.
This is so much more better.
Okay. More better.
All right.
Okay, so now we want to open it up for questions. If anyone's on the line, you can unmute yourself and ask away.
Or drop them into the comments.
If you don't want to.
Place.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Facebook Live.
Facebook.
We love you.
And perhaps we could just share a little bit about the event as we're waiting for questions to come in and what that's going to look like and where people can find out more information.
So www.shiftyoureyes.com. Make sure you include the W's. Is where you can go to find out lots of information about the event. You can see the estate that we're going to stay in, and oh my God, you guys, it
OMG.
is amazing. Watch the video. There's like wedding stuff on the video, but just get an idea of the environment that you're going to be immersed in, because it is unbelievable. And there's links all up and down the page to apply. So once you guys can't not apply, right, you're going to click the link, go to the application, submit it, and then you'll hear from one of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you apply, we do have an early bird special going on right now still. And we also have, when you apply, you automatically get a session. Did you just say that? A session with us?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. You automatically get a 1 hour session with one of us. We'll just connect with you, make sure, a time that works for you. And we do have a limited spots, obviously, with different accommodations. So if you really want a private room or you really want, something specific, just apply now so that you get, and of course, an application is not a guarantee that you're going to get a spot, and it's not a commitment from you that you're going to want a spot.
Yeah,
it's
just a conversation.
Just a conversation. And just to see if it's the right fit, because, maybe it is or maybe it isn't. We don't know.
And if there's a part of you that is feeling like, oh my gosh, something in me is lighting up when I hear you talk about this, something in me is calling me to do this, listen to that. That's exactly what we're talking about, that inspired action. And perhaps it's just about the conversation that we'll have when we connect, or maybe you're meant to be with us for this retreat. Either way, it starts with taking some inspired action and just trusting that pull.
Yeah, that little excitement. And you may not even know, well, how would I make it work or whatever. It doesn't even matter.
Just
because the universe will support you in your highest good, whatever that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had some really great conversations with people who have, both decided to move forward with the application process and those who haven't. And all of those conversations, we've transitioned and we've transformed something.
Yeah.
So these are really great opportunities to connect with us. So
right. Even just, to have a call with one of us is...
Worst case scenario is it costs you an hour of your time, and one of us guarantees a shift in your life in an hour. Whether you come or not.
Another guarantee.
Another guarantee. We're doing it, guys.
Lawyers,
100%.
hold on. Lawyers.
Go away, lawyers. Whatever. We don't need to. We guarantee you're not real.
Guarantee you.
We'll shift your shiz.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
We don't have no questions. Okay, no.
All right. Anybody else?
Anybody?
Reach out. Continue to drop questions on Facebook. You're welcome to. And reach out if we can support you in any way. We're excited to talk with you. We're excited to shift with you.
We love you guys. We're so excited to meet you.
Bye.
It's always awkward, like right where you finish the thing.
So whenever